Hi guys, I think we're live. And again, people are now commenting as they always do. Let's get rid of some of these bits. Oh, for Christ's sake, get away from me. Here we go. Right, okay. So peeps, let's get this show on the road. We'll wait for a couple of people to get back on here and then I shall show you the goodies. So give me just a second. Let me just slap my phone on here. Leave it like that for just a second. Brilliant stuff. We'll give it a minute, get a few of you lot on here. Well, weird time of day, I know. The majority are probably at work or whatever you're going to be doing, so. Anyway, so it's Jay from Just Technics once again. Hope you're all doing really, really well. It's been another very, very busy week for me. Let me quickly just respond back to this customer because he's not going to leave me alone. And I'll be with you. So hang on just a second, guys. Still. Right, okay, so busy week. I finally actually took some time out beginning of this week on the Monday, and I actually managed to get myself a day off for a change and get my Ducati round the racetrack. Absolutely awesome. First track day I've ever done. Didn't want to take the Ducati, don't get me wrong, but wow, oh wow, what an awesome bit of kit. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. It's not going to be a very long video, this, guys. I wanted to show you what I've literally just completed. It's a pair of 1210s, or 1200 Mark IIs, and a custom wrap. None of this silly, you know, buy it in a pre-printed thing. It's proper custom printed by yours truly. So let me quickly get the camera, turn this around, and I shall show you what I'm on about. So give me a second. Right. These little beauties. What do you think of this thing, guys? So, these are custom printed by myself and designed. These are not a single layer vinyl that's already got the camouflage printed like a lot of people do. These are all designed by me. As you can see, of all the original graphic glossy style finish. This has got a matte laminate over the top. Because what I tend to do is I tend to put gloss, because a lot of people want them really bright in your face. This kind of almost makes it more subtle. It dulls the shine down quite a lot. God, so why is it the minute I start doing videos, every single person decides to try and bloody contact me? You're right, Paul. So yeah, it's got a mattified laminate finish all over. So I've custom printed the wrap and then applied the laminate over the top. It's got to let the laminate sit for a little bit longer, let as much air out as possible before I put any more heat onto it. I've then put brand spanking new pitch trims in. So 1210 pitch trims on 1200, so those eagle-eyed people on here will notice it says 1200 on the badge and it's got silver arms, so it should have a silver pitch trim. Black goes a lot better with this wrap, which I think anyway. I've also custom wrapped the platter as well on both turntables. All the original graphics that you see all popped into position, pitch, Technics graphics, and of course the strobe. Custom wrapped the on-off switch, the adapters in the corners as well, and of course the inner section of the pitch control that you see here. Took me all day to just custom design the wrap, leave the print 24 hours before I can even apply anything. Took me forever. Today was the day to get the wraps on, and they're done. Who we got on the chats on here at the moment? So there's a few people on here. All messages are visible. Here we go. Right, so Paul, I said hello to you already, buddy. Thanks, mate. Kepler. All right, Jay. All right, chap. Looking good. How you doing, mate? Hope you're all right. I'll speak to you a little bit later on about your decks too, dude. We're making really good progress with this now. Just getting through all of the bookings for the week, and I've obviously fit you guys in at the same time when I get a bit of space during the week. So yeah, this is a customer's pair of turntables. No, these are not for sale. These are for a customer. These were incredibly bad, covered in smoke, quite badly damaged actually. So I had to give them a good clean up, get all the alcohol on them, get as much of the staining off as possible. The arms cleaned up beautifully, as you can see. helicoid greased all around the threads. Of course, the pitch trim on both turntables. So I thought I'd just quickly show you this before I decide to crack on with the rest of my work. What I'm going to do, once these are done, I might put some more pictures on. If you're not following me on Facebook by now, guys, you really need to be. If you're not on Facebook, I'm going to start doing blogs on the website and maybe do a forum on there as well, so you guys can all have a bit of a chat on there, pop questions on. I'll try and respond the best I can for you. But yeah, not the easiest of wraps to put on these, as you can imagine, because you have to align all the graphics. I'm sure you can make templates and stick them on yourself, but I'm not interested. These are custom made, custom cut, one big sheet of vinyl, popped on, lined up, digital calipers. Job's a good one. And if you're all wondering why I leave the original foil decals underneath on the platter and why it's bubbled over the top, obviously I leave them underneath in case you decide a year down the line, or 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line, whatever you want, that this wrap isn't for you, and you can quite easily just pick the corner up, rip the whole thing back, and it's not going to damage anything. One thing I'll also add, apart from prepping this both of these turntables, you know, prepping them, getting all the gunk with dirt, degreasing them, and popping alcohol cleaner on, getting them nice and clean, no sanding of any description was done on these turntables. Now, what I usually do with a lot of these, they get really badly creased, damaged, etc. There are actually some really bad marks around this section here on this turntable, or mainly around the hinges. It's covered it beautifully. Air release vinyl, custom printed. My printer's literally here, look, so if you don't believe me. But yeah, it's a custom printed. Like I say, you've got to let the air gas all the inks for 24 hours before you can do anything with it. If you try and laminate printable vinyl any earlier, you tend to get a horrible glazed mirror style of effect. Well, it's more like a frosty effect if you try and put laminate on the top, so you have to be very careful. So the idea is to print the vinyl, you then laminate the vinyl while it's in its sheet state. So you basically use a big electronic roller to get everything nice and flat, to get all air bubbles out, etc. Hence why it's air release vinyl. And then all the hard work continues when you try and pop this on. So this is the end result. It's a new wrap that I've started doing. I did a test turntable like this a very long time ago. So how do you make them smooth? I'm not telling you, Paul. I'm sorry, mate. I don't. It's the same sort of principle as KFC, mate. If you go into KFC and ask them for the Colonel's recipe, you're not going to give it to you. So unfortunately, but I can't do that. There are too many people out there who have tried doing this in the past, and I'm very, very careful. So no disrespect to you, mate. I just don't tell anybody the gear that I use to do the work. Because there's so many people out there that try and do exactly the same, and it's not fair. So I've been bitten way too many times before in the past. That won't happen again. It's got old school Technics head shells, including Stanton carts as well. As you can see, 505 carts. Still sound quite tasty, actually. Pop-ups, all original too, as you can see. Again, I've re-greased, oiled the assemblies. Give it a bit of time to set, and they'll move nice and slow, like this one here. Clean the platters as well. Degunked everything. Very, very happy with the end result. And there we go. There we go. I think my customer's going to be quite happy. I think out of all the wraps I've done so far, I say this every time I print a pair of decks. I like to print the wraps out myself. These are probably my new favourite. I say it all the time. My Doom decks are my favourite ones. These are now my favourite. Then it was the anthracite carbon. Then it was the normal carbon fibre. These are now top of the list. Top of the list. And the matte laminate looks amazing. But they are wrapped to absolute perfection. That's not blowing my own trumpet. Everything on them. All nice and smooth. All pushed in as it should be. And there we go. I just thought I'd just quickly show you this, guys. I don't really do too many videos on YouTube, do I, at the moment? So I want to start doing more on there. Right, okay, let's turn this camera quickly back around again. Hang on, guys. So yeah, excuse the state of me again. I mean, I probably look really hot and sweaty. I've been working my arse off all day once again, as I always do. Just going to angle my camera mount like this. There we go. Yeah, so this week, as well as doing the camouflage turntables, they're actually meant to have been done last week. Unfortunately, I've been so flaming busy, and towards the end of the week, I had more multiple components to order them for another. It took me forever just to find the problem. Scoping things, I did get my oscilloscope out, as you can see on the back of my bench. Multimeter, my frequency count, just finding what the fault was. Basically, we had like a general runway issue. So basically, if you don't know what the runway error issue is, you turn the power on. Sometimes they start spinning by themselves the minute you turn the power on. The lights will or will not stay on for the 33 and the 45. The deck will spin up incredibly fast, and you can't slow it down until you physically power off the turntable to stop it from moving. That's basically what was happening. But when I was applying the general fixes that I am aware of with the service manual, all it was doing was putting the turntable the other way around. Now, usually that doesn't happen. When you repair the error, there's usually 2 or 3 little components that cause the problem. It was something, the most ridiculous thing ever, that was causing the issue. And there was nothing even associated with the quartz or the motor. Very, very strange. Problem solved. Took me 2 whole solid days of scoping and waiting for it to happen. Because this is the other problem as well. It was intermittent. It wasn't just happening, once and then that was it for the rest of the day. It would just keep doing it. It would do it once every 3 or 4 hours, and it was more of a. So there was a lot of things to take into consideration. Now, I like problem solving and I love being technical with this kit, but it's not fun. Especially when something like this happens, it's not fun because you want to take your time doing other things, but all your emphasis and all your focus has to be on that one job. Otherwise, if you take your eye off the ball for more than 5 minutes and you go back to it, you could have missed something. I like to leave things on test them out properly, leave things on a proper test. Because you know what it's like, you leave it, you come back, it could have done it and you would have missed it. So your emphasis has to be on that one turntable, that one thing. So that's what I did. I was at Snetterton doing the track day. So I took my Ducati to Snetterton, I'll tell you about it in a second. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, now obviously we're on Thursday, is basically cracking on with these turntables. There's another pair over there that are in bits at the moment I'm currently working on for Dan Little. And then we've got Calvin's turntables. There's quite a lot of things that have actually been going on at the moment. Just trying to find the time to get everything in. While all that's going on, there's been more bookings coming through. So the last time I spoke to you all, I think it was September, I had it in October. So it's very, very hard at the moment. There's a lot to do. I was working in a week behind at one point, and I think I'm now pretty much back up to scratch as to where I should be. But there we go. Right, okay. So let's quickly tell you about my track day before I decide to crack on with my work. So like I said, I only really came on here to tell you about these turntables and to show you the pictures. I'll put some pictures on YouTube too, because you can now obviously upload images directly to the channel as well, which I will do for you. So for those of you that haven't seen what I've done before, my interest, basically I love motorbikes. I've got a Suzuki, I've got a Ducati. And I was going to be taking my Suzuki up to a track day on Monday for Snetterton for a full day's worth of track. And I managed to actually finally book a day off. And I thought, okay, well, anybody says, it's up to me what I do. It's my business. I'm taking a day off. It's not like I don't deserve it. I work my arse off every day. And I'm finally getting some time to do something on my own. So, got the Suzuki, got it all prepped up, standard exhaust back on to pass noise emissions because my exhaust is very loud on my Suzuki, got 2 different ones for it. Got everything all sorted, and 2 days before the track day, my brakes decided to fail on the Suzuki. Tried everything, nothing's worked. So I had no choice but to take my absolute baby to the track, which is my Ducati 749, bright yellow 749. And scared the crap out of me because, as you can imagine, I did not want to take that bike around the track. So every single corner I'm going to, I'm cranking off, I'm stiff as a board on left-handers, I'm going around the right-hand side and cranking it over, I've got my knee on the track, and all that was going through my head was don't crash, because it's your baby at the end of the day. But yeah, for those of you that haven't got bikes, never done a track day before, do it. That's all I'm going to say. It's the most fun you will ever have on your bike. No police telling you when to pull over, no checking your mirrors every 5 minutes, because obviously you take your mirrors off, or you do what I do and tape them up. Tape your dash up, you can't see anything, you take your lights up. It really is all for one and one for all. So you're on that track, you're focused on where you're going, you get told not to worry about the person behind you, they follow your lines, or if they do anything and they crash, it's up to them, but it's down to you to decide what you're doing. And people are not leaving me alone still. This is the sod's law. I had absolutely no messages for the last hour The minute I start doing a video, I get people commenting. I've got 6 messages through Facebook and 2 emails come through and 2 normal Facebook messages. So it's one thing after another with this game, guys, isn't it? It's always sod's law. So about 7 o'clock, managed to get a garage as well, which was good, right outside the pits. And had 7 different sessions on track, so it was 7 20-minute sessions on track, which worked out to about, I think it was about 4 laps, I think it was, each time. Yeah, awesome. The highlight of the day for me was 2 things: spending 365 quid, which I didn't realise what I was going to spend on a brand new pair of tyres, because my current ones on the bike were rubbish. And then missing my tannoy announcement when all my mates had decided to leave the track, and they were getting onto the track and didn't wait for me. And yeah, I ended up sitting there, sat back down at a chair, missed the tannoy announcement, took 2 big bites out of me bloody chicken and bacon sarnie, and then realised they'd already gone out, so I had to quickly run on my bike, stick my lid on, my gloves on, and I flew down the straight at Snetterton, took the first right-hand corner, cranked off the bike, still chewing my sandwich. Doing about 60, 70 mile per hour down the bottom end of the corner of the straight, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, really good day. For what it's worth, guys, that was probably the best fun I think I've had in a long time on a bike. So really did chuff with that. So for those that keep asking me about bookings and getting calls, this is a new thing now as well. I'm getting people that are calling me directly on my mobile from YouTube, which is great, and I really appreciate it. But just bear in mind, everybody, I'm a business. It's not something I could just pick up any time of the day. I had a big problem recently with people calling me at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, even 2, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning asking for advice. People in clubs calling me up saying they've got problems with turntable problems, even just turntables, CDJs, cable connections, etc. And I'm lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just not funny. But like, I had somebody call me on Monday. It's all well and good, but again, I was at the track. It was about 6:30. It's called me 3 or 4 times repeatedly, and I was like, look, I'm at a track day, on my way back. It's 6:30, business hours until 6 o'clock Monday to Saturday, and that's just how things are, and they just would not get the hint. So please just be more respectful, guys. At the moment, I'm stacked out as it is. That's why this is a quick video, just to say hello, to show you these turntables, let you know I got on the track. Just to let you know about that, really, more than anything. Just be more respectful, I suppose, and it's not a nasty thing. But yeah, bookings wise, now it's in October. We're in October with bookings now. I'm fully booked up until October, which is going to be a really good thing for me, so I can get some more printing things done, more merchandise ready, and ideally, hopefully by that point, get the online store back up and running, because of this whole coronavirus that's ruined everything, and start ordering some more stock in for other bits that I need to do as well, so we can get them back on track. So that's the plan. Right, guys, again, this was only a quick video, so I'm going to love you and leave you. There's another video I'm going to do at some point about my MK3D turntables. I've had a lot of people asking me about them on Facebook, so I'm going to post this video. I'll post it when I've done it onto my Facebook page. And yeah, there we go. So any questions about anything at all, feel free to pop them in the comments below on the video. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Of course, I've got lots to get through too. But obviously it's just a short video, so I do apologise. It's only a quick one, guys. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. I'm going to crack on now with the rest of the work, get these lids cleaned up for these turntables before I decide to give them a message. So take it easy, guys. I'll speak to you all soon. See you later, everybody.